Our Bible story for today also comes from Luke's gospel, from his account of Jesus' life, ministry, death, and resurrection. And in it we find that Jesus told a story. In his story, he said, "There once was a rich man, expensively dressed in the latest fashions, wasting his days in luxurious living. Sitting just outside the gate of his house was a poor man named Lazarus, covered with sores. All he lived for was to get scraps from the table of the rich man. His best friends were the dogs who came and licked his sores. Then he died, this poor man, and he was taken up by angels to heaven. The rich man also died and was buried. In hell and in torment, he looked up and saw their ancestor, Abraham, in heaven, and with him was Lazarus. He called out, 'Father Abraham, mercy, have mercy. Send Lazarus to dip his finger in the water to cool my tongue. I'm in agony in this fire.' But Abraham said, 'Child, remember that in your lifetime you got the good things, and Lazarus the bad things. It's not like that here. Here he's comforted, and you're in turmoil and pain. Besides, in all these matters, there's a huge gulf, a big chasm that separates us. No one can go from here to there, and no one can come from there to here, even if they wanted to.' You see, sometimes in life, we can get away with bad things, or other people can do bad things to others, and they don't have to pay a consequence for it. But we find that in the end, God gives every person exactly what they deserve. And for people like Lazarus, who are mistreated and neglected, that's good news. But for people like the rich man, that can be kind of frightening. You see, during his life on earth, the rich man had so much that he could have used to help others. But instead, all he did was think about himself, about his own wants and needs. He neglected the poor, the people who were right outside his door, like Lazarus, who he could have helped. God doesn't want us to be like the rich man, thinking only of ourselves. He wants us to place ourselves in other people's shoes and to think about what it would be like to be them, so that we might help them. He wants us to instead be like Jesus, right? Who spent all of his time helping others, especially the poor, the forgotten, the people who everybody else didn't like or didn't care about. He healed them, he fed them, he helped them. How might God be calling you to help others? Who might he be wanting you to think about, that you should think about what it's like to be in their shoes, so that you might serve them and love them just as Jesus did?